Welcome to Lane Productions, Legendary Mysterious Explorations. On this channel, we go exploring in the woods, we'll go to historic locations or haunted locations, whatever the case may be. You know, we've been out to Rogues Hollow, we have a planned trip to Helltown, Leroy's Bridge, places like that. Typically, they're going to be in the general area that I live. We're not going to be traveling outside of Ohio. You know, I think you could probably have an entire channel just based out of Helltown. You know, but that's not the intention here. You know, we will go other places, but mostly we're just exploring in the woods. In this particular video, I'm really excited to show you this new camera rig setup that I have. It's a SmallRig setup, but I've been trying to find ways to get creative in filming stuff and adding cameras here and there, like different GoPros, and I've got a Canon mirrorless, I've got an SL2, just different cameras. But what I've found is the easiest to use is actually my iPhone 8 Plus. I have it with me all the time anyway, so I've just kind of built up a camera rig around my iPhone, and I want to show you how I did that. I want to share some things with you. I've seen a lot of videos on people using these kind of setups, but there's things they're leaving out, very important things, that if you were to buy this, you would get extremely frustrated because you'll be like, what's going on? Why isn't this working? I've got no audio. So I'm going to show you what they're not showing you, and hopefully that you get some really good ideas out of this. And if you want to copy the entire rig and setup, I'm going to put all that in the description and show you where I got everything and how much everything costs. We'll just walk through it, and I'll show you what you absolutely have to have and what's optional. Now, what you're going to find as we begin talking about this is that in and of itself, like this piece or this piece or this piece is not that much money, but combined, when you put it all together, it's a pretty decent chunk of money. So, you know, and that is the beauty of this, because you can build completely around your phone, which is what I did. You know, the iPhone 8 Plus was really started putting good cameras into the iPhones. Now, obviously, you know, you've got your newer phones that are going to be even better. But the beauty of this is when I upgrade to my new phone, all I do is switch this out. This is all still here and usable. And so this can grow with me is what I'm trying to say. So that's why I chose to kind of invest in this kind of setup, because it makes more sense, especially moving forward. And as you begin to see the prices of Canon cameras, even, you know, your mid-range cameras like a M50 or a SL2 or SL3, the prices are crazy. And I've got something here that will actually grow with me as I continue to grow in my journey of, you know, exploring and filmmaking and whatever else I decide to do with all this. All right, so let's get started. We'll start with the cage itself, because that's on the top of my list up here. So the actual gray cage that you see kind of surrounding everything, that is $35.99. This cage is awesome because up on the top you've got two cold shoe mounts that come already kind of in the cage already. So I could have this light right here and this camera right here on the cold shoe mount that just comes with it. All right, so you've got two options to place stuff immediately, right? The cage is very, very durable. It's light, very light. I have another I have another stabilizer from Ulanzi that is really heavy. I use it for my GoPros, so, you know, and actually the Ulanzi costs more than this. I think the Ulanzi will run you about 45 bucks. This one is $35.99, and I think it's made better. It's not as heavy, it's very durable, perfect for your iPhone, and not to mention that it comes with a piece that holds your phone, right? So you don't have to buy an extra attachment. And I've got a plus in here, so and I could actually fit a camera in there that's even a little bit bigger. Not an iPad, but you know, I don't know if the newer iPhones are significantly bigger than what I've got, but if they are, this will still hold them. They built this cage with the newer cameras in mind, or newer phones in mind. After that, we've got these two SmallRig side handles here. So these guys are very durable, very light, and I like on here, if you notice on here, these little holes. So those holes right there, you stick an Allen wrench in and you tighten them down. Now, there's other brands, Camvate I think is the other one, that you can buy them and they don't have these holes. You can tighten it, but they loosen up. So, you know, the Camvate isn't bad. I will say that I'm looking at it right now. I think it's called U-Rig. Those are good options too. I like the U-Rig wooden handles. I use those on my other cameras. But for this makes sense on here. These are a little cheaper. These will run you $26.34 a piece. All right, so 26 bucks a piece for your side handles. I would recommend getting one on each side because this can get pretty heavy and you're going to want to be able to hold it out here and, you know, use both hands. Or if you're trying to traverse like a log or something like that, if you're in the woods, you're going to need that kind of ability to hang on to it. That's the SmallRig handles, right? So the next thing we got in here is the power bank clip. Okay, not the power bank itself. This is the SmallRig, where's it at? SmallRig power bank clamp. All right, that's going to run you about $23.89. I wanted the power bank on there because I think I'll go out and I'll film with my phone. You know, the last video we made, it's on the channel, but we were out there for hours, you know, and my phone is just about to die. I had no way to recharge it. I had to keep shutting it off to preserve life of the phone, and it just makes sense to have an extra battery with you. And I like how SmallRig gives you this clamp that it's a SmallRig product, so you know it's quality. But on top of that, it's pretty large. What's cool about this is there's a little knob right here. I don't really want to undo it, but it'll actually fit a power bank in here bigger than this. And the nice thing about the SmallRig clamp is that I had it turned the other way, but it ends up getting in the way of the lens, so I've got it sitting like this. Portable power bank. All right, so the brand on this one isn't really that important. I would get one that you know is going to work. This one I chose because it's got a quick charge and a slow charge. What's this called? I don't know the name brand off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description when I link the product. But this power bank is 25,800 milliamp hours. It's going to last you a while. And like I said, it's got the fast charge and the slow charge, and the charging port right there. This is going to run you $26.95. I think that's a pretty good deal for a battery pack like this. It is kind of heavy. If you're going to have a setup like this, you're going to be carrying some weight. To the Deity D4. Now, this is actually a brand new microphone. It just came out, I believe, this past year in 2021. Awesome mic. I actually thought about pre-ordering it so I could get it, but you know, some things came up and I was doing other things at the time, so I kind of moved away from all this stuff at the time. But it is $89 on Amazon. Well, you can see that I've got a Deity D3 V-Mic Pro right here, and up there on my Canon is the Deity V-Mic D3, not the Pro version. Now, they actually cost just about the same, but the beauty of this is that it's going to record this way, right? But it also will record behind the camera. So if I'm standing behind the camera and I'm walking around and I'm talking and I'm trying to film something, it is going to be recording me just as clear as if I was on the front. And it blocks everything out on the sides. Beautiful, awesome microphone. Like I said, that's $89. That's probably the thing I'm probably the most excited about on this entire rig. I am just really impressed with the Deity microphones. They sound amazing, you know, and you're listening to one right now, but they sound absolutely amazing. Okay, so if you're gonna have a setup like this one, you're gonna need an Apple Lightning to USB 3 adapter. Now, assuming you're using iPhone. If you're not, then you have to find what is going to work with your phone. Now what this does is it's got the USB right here. And it's got my plug here to charge with, right? So this is running from my power bank, so I can plug that in, right? And then I've got this piece that is my USB stereo adapter that is plugging into the USB on here that will allow my microphone to work. But the beauty about this, and I'll talk about this little black piece here in a little bit, that'll be one of the last things I talk about, but I have to make sure I remember to tell you. But on here, the beauty of this is that I can actually wear headphones and I can hear what I'm recording. It's great, it's awesome setup. Well, this thing is $37. These can get kind of pricey. So then what you do with this is you would just kind of plug it into the side of the phone here. So you would just kind of plug that into the side of the phone, move it out of the way, and bam, you're ready to go. A Sabrent USB external stereo piece. All right, so that is this piece right here. Let me unplug all this again. So as you can see, the Deity is plugged into here. So all it is this piece right here. So you basically, you need this. You have to have this or it won't work. You won't be able to record audio. I'm just telling you, this is the piece that people don't talk about. And even if you didn't, I'm just gonna get this out of the way before I forget, even if you didn't want to have this guy, all right, to use with the power bank. If you went the cheaper route and decided to forego the battery bank and all this other stuff, you're still gonna need this piece right here. This is a USB to Lightning. And what this does is this plugs into your phone, and then you would plug this stereo adapter into there like that. That is the only way that you will be able to get audio from an external mic, all right? So you have to have that. No one mentions that in their videos. They're like, all you need is a dongle. No, those don't work. All right, so make sure you get this if you're gonna go that route. So this guy right here, this is the Bowling BLP1 RGB LED light. This is gonna run you about $139. I chose this one because it's a really bright light, but it doesn't have to be. It's also an RGB light that will allow you to have a broad spectrum of colors, and I find that it works quite well. So that's the, one more thing. I've got mine sitting on a Joby GorillaPod. I believe these run you about 50 bucks. But I had it on this guy right here. So the tripods, you hold what, you put it on what you want, all right? I'm not gonna tell you what tripod to get. I have mine on a Joby because I think it's a little more stable than this. This gets heavy enough that this doesn't really hold it that well. So this will move on you. Yeah, so that's everything that I got in this whole setup. Everything that you see right here is gonna run you, when I throw the Joby in there, it's gonna run you about 475 bucks for everything, for this entire setup. And like I said, you could get it cheaper if you took out the battery pack and the clamp and these guys, you know, it's gonna run you about $100 less, all right? Listen, again, and you get what you can afford. You can piece this together. I didn't buy all this at once. So you just piece it together and put it together as you go along. And that's the beauty of it, because even if you only have the two handles and the cage, you can still use your iPhone to film with. So don't think that you gotta have everything all at once before you can actually use this. That's the beauty of it, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm really excited to take this out and use it. And I think that if you were to go this route, I think you'd be impressed, and I'm gonna put everything in the link to the description so that you can check all this out. I personally think that this is better than the DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, and taking those out there. Those have their place, but this is just so much easier with the different apps that you can get on your phone, like ProTake or Beastcam or Filmic or Moment, any of them. I didn't mention the Moment on here because you don't really have to have that. I want it on there. That's another $100 bucks. So that's totally up to you. I think it makes your picture look better, but I don't want to throw that in here because this is already getting pretty pricey. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you found this helpful, then leave a like and subscribe and join me in the adventures that we're going to take this year.